exceeded Daley and his followers. The man who some had credited with putting John F. Kennedy in the White House now could not find a seat at his own party's convention. Daley was growing increasingly isolated, relying on a shrinking circle of advisors, principally his own sons.
He was a little different. He withdrew a little bit. I thought he lost a little of his humor, of his scrappiness.
Daley's temper, always feared, became explosive, his outbursts unpredictable and unnerving. When a reform alderman accused the mayor of nepotism after he'd given a city job to the son of a political ally, Daley exploded.
I made the appointment because he's a fine young man and a decent Chicagoan. And to do otherwise would be to be a faker. And that's what we have too much. Hypocrites and fakers.
The world was changing all around him, and there were things he could no longer understand, and because he could no longer understand them, he couldn't control them, and because he couldn't control them, he could no longer understand them, and so on.
In 1974, a Republican U.S. attorney handed down a series of indictments against several of Daley's closest allies. Alderman Thomas Keene, conspiracy and mail fraud. Former Governor Otto Kerner, tax evasion. County Clerk Edward Barrett, bribery. Alderman Matt Danaher, real estate fraud.
Do you know whether or not he received legal fees?
All of these legal fees, what are you talking about?
Well, he was supposed to.
You fellas are fabricating, you're exaggerating, and you're falsifying.
This is not true.
It isn't true.
Each conviction parted the curtain wider on a system that had long run on money and influence. No one ever charged Daley himself with corruption, but many believed he had to have known of its existence.
He didn't view his role as the prosecutor. That wasn't his function, as it wasn't his function to be the policeman necessarily or the sheriff, to put everybody in jail. So to some degree, I guess somebody would say, oh, he just turned his head to that and avoided it. And to some degree he did, I guess.
In 1975, Daley ran for his 6th term. He was opposed by all 3 Chicago newspapers, boycotted by many black voters, weighed down by age, and pilloried by liberal critics. But enough Chicagoans still loved him to give him more than 70% of the vote.
You had tremendous upheaval in society. You had tremendous changes in in the whole way they looked at their government, the whole way the government looked at them. Yet he survived all that. And after so many elections, the citizens of Chicago, who were the only ones who really cared about, still believed in him.
The morning of December 20th, 1976 began for Daley like so many others. A Christmas breakfast with his department heads, a meeting with union leaders, the dedication of yet another playground on Chicago's South Side. From there, he went to his doctor for a routine checkup. During the examination, he suddenly collapsed.
He was stricken with apparently a heart attack. Dr. Thomas Coogan, his doctor, worked on the mayor to try to save his life until approximately 20 minutes to 4 when Dr. Coogan pronounced him dead.
That night, all 3 network newscasts led off with the same story.
Mayor Richard J. Daley of Chicago died this afternoon of a heart attack, aged 74, which brings to an end one of the longest-running star acts in the history of American politics. He had been mayor of Chicago since 1955. He had presided over one of the great urban political machines.
No one outside Chicago could really gauge the impact of Daley's death on the people who had known no other mayor for more than 2 decades. To be in Chicago for Mayor Daley's funeral, wrote one journalist, is to know what it was like in China when Chairman Mao died. Throughout the night, as the temperature dipped below zero, tens of thousands of Chicagoans waited in line to walk past Daley's casket, lying in the same Bridgeport church where 74 years earlier he'd been christened.
People's hands were absolutely frigid. Obviously, the so-called important people and the politicians who came through the back door, hands were warm, and you could tell the real difference, who stood in line and who didn't. There's a picture of this little girl, and she has the prayer card of my dad's. That kind of symbolizes the people who stood in line and waited to come through and say a prayer for him.
I was told later that there's some old ladies went out to the cemetery the next morning to see if he'd raised from the dead.
I think no one has ever loved being mayor as much as Richard J. Daley. No one loved doing the job of mayor as much as Richard J. Daley. Some people may have loved being called mayor, but no one enjoyed the nitty-gritty stuff as much as he did. There was nothing you could give Daley, money, influence, that would be more important to him than being mayor of Chicago. Perhaps Pope, and even then it had been a tough call.
A man should be proud of the city in which he lives. And he should so live that the city will be proud that he lives in it. What a beautiful quotation. What a beautiful city we'd have if everyone was proud of their city and loved their city.
WIFTBPM.
Uh-oh, what's in it for the black people?
You are listening to the most dangerous show. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Mays Jackson. Mays Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
Why?
For Ruthie Moore, for Todd Stroger, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Maze said, Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go. Yeah. Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you could put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gonna sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets where hood legends DNA get spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steal on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let us give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And I'm concealed carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Take all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Wake up, Chicago. Wake up, world. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. I told y'all not going to have me hollering no more. You're just not. So, on this Tuesday, that's right, because we are blowing up on Tuesday. That's right here on the Maze Jackson Show. Hope y'all did y'all check out the Boss Daily? That was like the first boss. He wasn't really the first boss. He was like the boss that they define bosses by. But his son actually changed up the game. We're going to talk about that a little bit at some point in our travels. I hope you all are enjoying the archival footage that I've been finding. Just seems like it's so much that history repeats itself, and it's like we might have been on a double repeat at this point. But I can't trip. It is a good day today. I'm excited. I got a lot of stuff to get done today. I am going to, in spite of myself, today I am going to give away the tickets. That's right, tickets to Riis. We gave away the tickets at 5 minutes after 9 on Friday. I'm going to give away tickets all week. That's right. If you want to come join me to watch the Bears game at Obsidian this week, we are going to be taking calls. You know what? Today, Riis, I think I'm going to take 2 callers an hour that call me for the tickets. What can we have them do? What do they need to do? They got to call in and say, they got to call in and spell Obsidian, right? They could call in, but you got to be able to spell Obsidian.
You got to be able to spell it right. And if you can spell Obsidian right, the first 2 people that call and spell Obsidian when we open the lines up every hour, that seems too easy, don't it? I don't know. We're going to figure it out. But we're going to give away 2 pairs of tickets an hour for now until the end of the week, right? We want y'all to come check us out at Obsidian. There's going to be, I think this week we're doing a chili bar, right? So it's going to be chili with all the fixings. What you eat with your chili, Reese? Do you eat your chili? You know, back in the day, my parents, I learned about chili with white folks. Because, like, my parents, it was chili, cheese, and crackers. That's what it was. You get the white folks, they got chili, cheese, crackers, sour cream, onions, cheddar cheese, sprinkles with some jalapenos. I really want to have a cookie chili cook-off. You ever put coffee in your chili? Like day-old coffee? Boy, I got this chili recipe that uses coffee and Coca-Cola. It's good. Now, it's different taste, but it is really, 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 really good. Anyway, look, we should, and somebody said we need to have a bid spades tournament. First of all, if you play spades, don't you, Reese? You're a spades player. You like a good spades player? Are you like, I'm not really a good spades player. I could play bid better than I could play spades. I feel like I'm too lazy to count the cards and be remembering. But look, chili. It's chili. We gonna have a Bloody Mary margarita, bears, and chili bar this Sunday at Obsidian. We are doing open house, so it's like an open house kind of joint until we go to closed membership. So if you want to get a chance to check out Obsidian before we close the doors officially, you are gonna call in today. We're gonna take 2 calls an hour. We'll give you 2 tickets to Obsidian to watch the Bears game, check out the chili bar, and get you a Bloody Mary margarita. All right, y'all. It's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man DJ Riis, the ruler, here on a Tuesday. That's right, because we are blowing up on a Tuesday in the club on a Tuesday. Man, I remember I used to be in the club on a Tuesday, and it would be like Wednesday. I'd be like, I was in the club on a Tuesday. Tuesday used to be the hottest night of the week. Like the hottest night of the week when I was a young whippersnapper. And I was just thinking, like, we used to go to work after that. Millennials be like, I need to take a mental day. We'll be like, put your clothes in the car. Be at work smelling like alcohol the whole day, sweating, right? Sweat. You ever had alcohol sweat? Like the alcohol sweat where you got to get up and you got to work and you done took a shower and everything and you still smell like alcohol. It just be like, I hate when,
It's in your pores.
Right. It be, I remember, And Reese, I used to have a job where we had to get rid of 2 bottles of Remy VSOP every night. 2 whole bottles. You know how hard it is to give away 2 bottles of Remy Martin? I mean, even if you're a drinker, like, you ain't getting like, black people are trying to do it. But, yeah, man, blowing up on the Tuesday used to mean I was dead on a Wednesday. Anyway, it's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis the Ruler, on the 1s and 2s. DJ Riis the Ruler, how you feeling?
I'm blessed by the best. You already know the rest, man. How you doing there, boss?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Well, shoot, you can't even call me boss after the movie we just seen. Dude, but that's like, I can't. One day I do want to be like I want to be a black boss though. Like, you know what I mean? Like a black boss. Like I want to do it with some, I don't want to be like hi, I'm the C. I want to be like, hey Joe, go get the whip. Right? Come outside. Did you ever see Purple Rain when Morris Day be like this and he put his coat on and he run and get in the car with his overcoat? I want to be able to do that. Be like, Jerome. And when my window don't come down, he can reach in the baby. And I want to be like a black boss. Like, I want to be like a Bumpy Johnson black boss. Not y'all Bumpy Johnson, neither. Y'all do realize that was a real, I want to, Reese, I think I could be a policy king. You know what I'm saying? Man, anyway, let me stop. It's the Mace Jackson Show. I would give loans. I would loan money to the peoples. I would give jobs. I would help you pay for your children's college for a small interest fee. But yeah, man, we need like some black bosses that's like for the people. Not black bosses that be manipulating the people. Look, it's the Mace Jackson Show. I'm your host, Mace Jackson. Got my man DJ Riis the Ruler, who said he is blessed by the best, and I am blowing up. Look, had him confused. I put the right on the left. I'm blowing up on the Tuesday. Now, let's get the soul plane up to 60,000 feet. Let's sing up, 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 and away. Now, Riis, bank left, bank left. Ooh, bank left. I don't know if y'all saw the news yesterday, but did you? Okay. First of all, what was the movie with the asteroid that was coming to the United States to kill us, that was going to blow us up? Remember, it was like a big old movie like in the 90s or early 2000s.
Like Armageddon or something like that?
I don't know if it was Armageddon, but whatever it was, they had the movie where it was like we was watching and they sent the space team up into the air to go drill on the asteroid to try and bust it up.
Yeah,
remember that?
Yeah, and I think Bruce Willis was in it.
Right.
Yeah, I think it might have been Armageddon or something like that. It's something like that, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
So check this out, Riis. Did you see the news yesterday? You know we just did that yesterday. So the United States, there was an asteroid 10 million kilometers away, which is pretty close in space-time. Deep impact. And Riis, they fired a rocket this morning, last night, and ran into it. Just crashed the rocket into it to try and, it's Armageddon. Look at both of y'all guys. It was two movies like that, though, right? I feel like one was with Will Smith. Wasn't it? Like,
nah, Will Smith is the alien one. He the one
he was 4th of July.
Yeah, right. Independence Day, something like that.
But Riis, they fired a rocket into an asteroid, and it blew up, and everybody was cheering. And I was like, and it was they said it was so that they could knock it off its course in case we were ever. So we're practicing our space defense. Now the crazy part is, remember we was making fun of Donald Trump for talking about the Space Force? Donald Trump saw them papers and saw that we got a real alien somewhere and was like, look, Joe, I seen Star Wars. We ain't going out like that. Now, I'm still not trusting, Donald Trump is, first of all, I forgot to ask, did y'all see Donald Trump say, I could just think about making the documents unclassified and they'll be unclassified? Now, I got to say this, right? You know, I give, there's this part of us like you, Riis, that likes Donald Trump just because he irritates the hell out of Democrats. But dog, when he said, I could just think about it and they'll be unclassified, I was like, y'all going for this for real?
He just say what he wants.
He just say anything.
He should be in jail.
Dog, he should be in jail.
He's so funny.
It's like scary, not funny though. Like, dog, we gonna laugh and we gonna be laughing at the craziness, and these people are crazy. Like, Joe, dog, he was on the international TV, dead serious, looked in the camera and was like, I could just think about them not being classified, and they're not classified. And there are people like, you're right, Don.
Like, who would say that though? Like who says that?
Donald Trump. The same dude who said I could walk right into the middle of Times Square, shoot somebody dead, and my people rolling with me. And Riis would be right in the voting booth. Trump. You know King Israel be there.
He said he trying to be like Frank Lucas, man. He said he'd go down there and shoot somebody and be cool. Damn,
Riis. Okay, I had to get off. I just had to say that. Let me take a moment of silence real quick for Joyce Childs. She passed at the age of 67 years old. She was a Mississippi prosecutor who reopened the Emmett Till case back in 2007. She presided over three different Mississippi counties as a prosecutor, ran one time, and then decided not to run again. But in 2007, she reopened the Emmett Till case. So let's have just a moment of silence for Joyce Childs, who passed yesterday at 67 years old. All right, it is the Mace Jackson Show. I'm your host, Mace Jackson. Okay, Riis. Audrey says, total bizarro world. Speaking of total bizarro world, did you see the story yesterday about the man who broke into the police station on Homan Square?
He did what?
Bingo. He broke into Homan Square. Now, Homan Square is like the black ops site, right? Where, you know, you go there, you go to disappear. Said he went there to go retrieve some property, saw an open window, decided to go in the open window, saw guns on the table, picked up the guns on the table, pointed them at the officers who were in a training class. They shot him. He's alive. They're alive. And I'm saying, Laquan McDonald's dead. Okay, so Riis. He went in a window at a police station, the black ops site, sees guns on the table, picks up the guns, points the guns at the people. It takes them a minute to realize that he ain't part of the training. So they call some other officers. They say there were no live rounds, but he in the hospital. Riis. Y'all been watching too much Grand Theft Auto. Like, you broke into the police station? Like, yo, Joe, y'all, I'm here to like, if you break into, like,
some good drugs on that side.
That's some great drugs. He from Waukegan, too, so he probably was hot in the mud. Goodness gracious. All right. So I want to thank Madam President Toni Preckwinkle and our Cook County Assessor, Fritz Kagi. They are giving Chicagoans a late Christmas present. Cook County residents a late Christmas present. Guess what, Riis? They said right about the time that you start to go Christmas shopping, you're going to get the property tax bills that you were supposed to get. You ever get a bill around Christmas time? What you going to do about the Christmas bill? Is it Christmas or do you pay the bill?
It's Christmas, yo.
Wait. You not going to, you going to, it's your property tax bill.
What they going to do? Just like double or go up a little bit?
But you're not going to be able to claim it on your taxes. Right, for your next year, right? You gotta pay your property tax bill before you pay for Christmas presents, dog. I want all the kids out there that are listening to me right now.
When was I supposed to get it?
You're supposed. That's why we was trying to let Carrie, because you're supposed to get it in January.
Got lost in the mail.
So here's the deal. Cancel. I want everybody, all the kids out there that listen to the Mace Jackson show, when y'all ask your parents why you don't get no good Christmas presents, I want you to tell them thank you, President Preckwinkle, and thank you to the assessor, Fritz Kagi, because they want you to not have Christmas kids. They want your parents to spend all the money on the bills. All right, I'm sorry. But I'm posting that because I'm just saying, how you gonna send me a new bill for Christmas? Riis, at Christmas, like I try to pay everything before December, so that what's for Christmas is for Christmas, right? I really don't need nobody trying to throw me off for Christmas talking about some yo. And then think about this, or it's Christmas or no New Year's. You be inside, y'all know they gonna have y'all know it's gonna be your New Year's Eve, you're going to be no New Year's. Kids ain't going to have no Christmas. All because of President Preckwinkle and Fritz Claus. Okay. In some good news, Karen Lewis Street, the street outside of, I think that's Carroll. They're going to name it after Karen Lewis in the 27th Ward. CTU. That's pretty cool, right? Karen Lewis Street, right out in front of the headquarters. Riis, I want a street, but I want a green sign. I want, like, you know, when I see Jackson now, I be telling my kids, that's us. You ain't know? They be, Dad, well, how come my house ain't bigger? I be like, you know, I'm trying to keep it modest. I be like, you know, they named that Jackson. That Jackson is named after us. My kids be straight up. They be like, I used to get my kids all the time. Did you ever trick your kids with the stoplights? I used to tell my kids I could make the stoplight turn green. And I would be like, 1, Watch this. 1.
You look at the count.
No. I be looking at I just be like, long 1. 2. Then I pause. Then when it turn yellow, I be like, and get ready for oh yeah, he getting ready to break all of the people. He breaking everybody. And I just want all the kids to remember that for Christmas, President Preckwinkle, you should see the picture. I'll show y'all the picture in the paper. Don't want the kids to have Christmas this year. She is the Grinch. And she got big old green. Let me stop. Do you know this chump tried to speak to me the other day? Riis. No, for real. You spent $4 million trashing me. And then you try to walk up like, dog, I was like, you lucky it's a law. You really lucky it's a law. Because right now, you know how you be like, oh, I could take dude. And I have my guys.
Would you would have talked to him?
Outside? Outside, I would have. I've been like, talk around this corner over here.
No, like if it was I guess he, like
Riis.
And his perspective is like he can just talk to you now. Like if you,
you think it's sweet. You think it's right? You think it's sweet? And I'm gonna tell y'all, I need for y'all to be, because he be doing the intimidation stuff, so he always be trying to like, Riis. You know how people be in your space. He always tries to get in Carrie's space and be like too close. And it's like, you know how if I was somebody else, I'd be like, man, back up. I keep an eye on that dude, because he kind of, I don't, but no Christmas for kids. Neither one of them. They like, no Christmas. So if you don't get no batteries with you don't even get batteries no more, because you just plug it in. All right. Let's see. Today, 2 press conferences. ECCSC is having a press conference today. Our brother Tyrone Muhammad, they are building some political empowerment. So I'm sure Tyrone will post that. Go to his page. Also, Ricky Hendon sent me a text, and I've been seeing these texts about the cannabis industry. Now, I'm going to tell y'all, I'm going to stop talking about the cannabis industry right now. This is the Mace Jackson Show, because it be like, how come I be talking to y'all need to hire me as the lobbyist? Oh, I know y'all got to stay legislative, but Riis, this is my thing. Don't call me and tell me they called after they heard your show. Be like, dang, that's why we should advertise on the show. That would be a great place to put the issues. Riis, see how it be? People be, it's okay. It's all right, though. One day. Y'all gonna be like, Dad, he used to do it for free. He used to help black people for free, with the hopes that one day they would circle back. Then it's gonna be, oh, he bogus. He won't do nothing for nobody. Y'all, I'm about to get out the nonprofit business. I've been telling y'all about this nonprofit stuff. It don't be working. It don't, man. All right, let's take a quick break. After we come back, we're going to finish up these headlines. Then we are going to go to social media question of the day. But it's the Mace Jackson Show, and we are blowing up on a Tuesday. We'll be back after these messages.
The Mace Jackson Show will be back after this break.
Jurassic World Live Tour. 65 million years in the making. See Jurassic World's most iconic dinosaurs. T-Rex, Blue the Raptor, Triceratops, and more roar to life with epic thrills and heart-pounding adventure. The feeling is real. Experience it live. Jurassic World Live Tour. Coming to Allstate Arena November 3rd through 6th. Free parking for all ticket holders. Visit JurassicWorldLiveTour.com today.
Sesame Street Live, make your magic. Experience the fun. Join Elmo, Abby, and friends on an amazing journey, filled with surprises and spectacular illusions. Discover the magic in everyday life when Sesame Street Live comes to your neighborhood. Coming to Rosemont Theater October 7th through 9th. Tickets on sale now. For show details, visit SesameStreetLive.com.
And now, traffic and weather.
Yo, who said devotion had to be sad? Yo, check this out. The Lord is my shepherd, shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. beside the still waters, he restored my soul. God's gonna turn it around.
Come all the way with me.
Good morning. What's in it for the Black People Media family? The time is now 6:43 a.m. I'm Reese the Ruler with your Chicagoland area traffic and weather report as we head over to sports. No, I'm sorry, head over to traffic on the Kennedy. Overhead to the Loop will be 29 minutes. Outbound will be 18 on the Edens. Inbound from Deerfield to the Exchange will be 37 minutes. Exchange to Deerfield will be 31 on the Eisenhower. Thorndale to the Loop will be 50 minutes. Back out to Thorndale will be 30. Water Stevenson is 51 minutes. I-355 to the Dan Ryan. Outbound is 30. On the Bishop Ford, I-80 to the Dan Ryan, 42 minutes. 35 minutes back out to I-80. While the Dan Ryan is 18 minutes to the Loop, 11 minutes to 95th. On DuSable Drive South, 55th to Jackson and back will be 7 minutes and 8 minutes north. That's Randolph to Bryn Mawr and Bryn Mawr to Randolph. Today's weather, it's a chilly one. It's currently 48 and clear. Today will only be a high of 59 with a low of 46. I'm Reese the Ruler. Happy Tuesday here on The Mace Jackson Show.
You are listening to the Mace Jackson Show. I'm your host, Mace Jackson. Got my man DJ Reese the Rule on the ones and twos. Yep, y'all. It is Tuesday, September 27th, 2022, and you know what? I'm also feeling a certain kind of way. You see, I'm representing for my Fighting Illini today. ILL, baby. Get that I-N-I. Let me say what's up to all of the Saints from WBGX 1570 AM. Let me tell you, I thank y'all calling us for tuning in with us every day, 6:30 to 8 a.m. That's right, 6:30 to 8 a.m. every day, Monday through Friday. You can catch us, the Saints catch us on WBGX 1570 a.m. Hold on one second, because I'm going to do something real quick. 6:30 to 8 every day, Monday through Friday, WBGX 1570 a.m. Give us a call, 872-259-7474, 872-259-7474. Now keep that number in mind, because if you want a chance to win tickets to come kick it with us at the Bloody Mary Margaritas, the Bears Bloody Marys Margaritas and Chili Bar this week. It's going down. And so I'm going to be giving away 2 tickets an hour. That means you and a guest can come kick it with me and the family at Obsidian, Chicago's. It's our open house. We are open housing from now until the 15th of October. And then the doors are going to close, so you're not going to have a chance to come inside unless you're a member or you're a guest of a member. Right? So, let me just tell you. Now, if you need a place to throw your special event, you want to have a birthday party, want to have game night, you just want to chill out with the fellas, watch the game, you can come check us out as well. But we are going to be opening up the doors this Sunday. Bears versus Giants, who lost last night to to Dallas yesterday. But we got Bloody Marys, Margaritas, Reese. We got the Bloody Marias. They got a Bloody Mary bar. Man, they be putting shrimp in. You seen Sister Erica be throwing shrimp and all type of stuff in hers. Omari put a whole cheeseburger on his joint last week. It's off the chain. I'm just telling you. See, black folks be like, what you mean Bloody Mary bar? What is that? See, you got to go to one of them brunches up north. But then the margaritas, they killed the margaritas this week, Reese. It was funny because we had a father and son come. Shout out to Mario Kuntz. He brought his son. And Mario's son, he was like, man, his dad was like, he thought his dad was super cool. Like, Dad, this how y'all get down? He's like, yeah, we kind of fresh, son. Oh, and we had a furniture rearrangement. Man, boy, it's on and popping. So, if you are interested in catching the Bears game with us this week, getting you some chili, give us a call, 872-259-7474, 872-259-7474. Now, if you're on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or Twitch, you can also win a pair of tickets. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. I'm going to be giving 2 pair away every hour. So, Reese, we're going to keep the phone lines open. If anybody decides they want to call in this hour for tickets, let me know. They're going to be coming to kick it with us at Obsidian. It is my private social club. Yeah, I'm telling you, be on and popping. Now, give us a call, 872-259-7474. Let me see what else. Reese, I'm not going to talk too much about this, because I really don't want any problems. But I don't know if you've seen the federal RICO case that has happened with the Wicked Town, the brothers from Wicked Town, affiliated with the traveling vice lords. They say that there were over 20-something murders committed from 2000 to 2022. Yeah, it's going down. Lots of people talking, telling. Federal RICO case goes on. I'm not saying no names because I don't want no problems. But Reese, you ever be like, hold on, that was you? You be like, oh damn. You be like, you were so nice. I understand now. Anyway, I'm gonna let that be. Dad, it's a 20-year case though, bro. That's deep. Like, that's deep. CTA, did you see the video of the CTA? The beatdown with they hit the man with the bottle?
It was an employee?
It was first of all, 240. I'm not getting on the red line at 240 nowhere.
Dirty red.
240 in the morning, old man on the train, 2 people get on the train. They hit him in the head with a bottle rifle through his pockets, man and a woman.
I believe it. I've seen it happen before on the Green Line.
You ain't help, Reese?
No, I'm out of my business. I was kind of upset because I was 2 stops away from my stop, so I knew they was going to stop the train. That's what I was mad about. Like, but now I'm mind my business.
I told you about that time when the bus. They was chasing the bus, and the dude was like, then he got away, and he got on the next stop. The folks were chasing him, and then he got on the bus. He was on the back of the bus. He was breathing. Next stop, folks was at the bus stop. He trying to stop the bus. Bus driver won't stop. Turn around and be like, whoop his ass, folks.
Yeah, well,
man, Reese,
you gotta watch. Yeah.
Like, do you expect people, if something was happening, would you want somebody to break it up for you? You would, but you want them to, but you know what it was.
I probably expect them to more yell and say they're gonna call it.
You expect them to tape it. Send you the video.
For sure. I'm probably searching World Star just to see if I'm on there. But yeah, I don't expect nobody, especially on the red line at that time of night. You ain't trying to put your own self in, and that trying to help out. So. But I just let y'all know, man, protect yourselves out here.
Then they said that the West Loop kidnapper was a black man in a gray jogging suit.
So he only had one outfit?
Well, that was the description. That might be his kidnapping outfit. Not to be funny. All right, Reese, we had 1177 on the migrants. 1177.
Another one.
And another one. Hold on, let me get my calculator out. Let me get my calculator.
Every time you do that, you're racist, man. You can't add up the numbers. It's okay. We good.
No, I want y'all to see the numbers, because y'all let these people call me racist. When I asked y'all, Hector Villagrana wanted to call me racist when I said, how much should we budget? So we got 1177, right? Times 5,000. Okay, we're at 5,885,000. We expect 2,000 by the end of next week. Y'all still tripping on me? All right, it's okay.
I'm trying to fill out the papers.
Not papers. Oh, let me do this, and then I think I'm gonna read this. Hold on, cause the Tribune y'all you gotta wait for somebody white to say it, cause y'all, you know, if I say it, then don't nobody want to hear me, right? But clearly, everybody is tired of how the mayor be talking to people. Okay, so Riis, I don't know if you saw this, but the Chicago Tribune did an editorial. Let me read I'm gonna read the editorial just because, you know, I'm into these. I don't want it to be me. I want y'all to hear. I really wish this thing, Ruthie would show me how to make this thing read itself. I don't want to translate. I want it to, oh, here it goes. Riis, I got it. Turn on the switch over. We're going to, in the words of the Chicago Tribune, because y'all always need, it be me. When I say stuff, y'all be like, Maze, you being petty. I just don't know who. Ooh, I got volume up somewhere. I don't know who. Sometimes I be like, who is the mayor talking to? You know what I mean? Like, you ever feel like people you ain't got to talk to people that way. And it's always like, I think she thinks that the snappy comeback is the answer. But today in the Chicago Tribune, they said, Lightfoot needs better advice for handling criticism. Riis, I'm not going to read it because if I read it, then they'll be using it against me. Let me let the Chicago Tribune read it to you. Riis, press the play button.
Lightfoot needs better advice for handling criticism in the courtroom or in a campaign debate. Winning often means demolishing the credibility of your opponent. But when it comes to leadership, different rules apply.
Okay, hold on. I can't do it. I gotta do it. All right, Lightfoot needs better advice for handling criticism. In the courtroom or in a campaign debate, winning often means demolishing the credibility of your opponent. But when it comes to leadership, different rules apply. Somebody close to the notoriously thin-skinned Mayor Lightfoot needs to point out this abiding truth. Take, for example, the mayor's reaction to questions about comments made by Chris Kebzinski, CEO of McDonald's, in a recent talk at the Economic Club of Chicago. Kebzinski took strikingly pointed aim at the business climate in his company's home city, noting the growing notoriety for violence, the loss of key international talent to come and work. The loss of key corporate headquarters of companies such as Boeing and Citadel, and the new difficulty in hiring top international talent to come to work in Chicago. We thought he made a lot of sense, as did many others who applauded him. Here's what we think Mayor Lightfoot should have said when asking about Kebzinski's comments. I might not agree with everything Mr. Kebzinski said, but I've already asked him to come into City Hall with his top staffers and bring his solutions to these problems we all share. I pledge my partnership with one of our most valued corporate partners to solve all of the difficulties that Chicago clearly faces. And I appreciate his speaking so frankly about a city he clearly loves. Here's what Lightfoot actually said as reported in the Tribune. What would have been helpful is for the McDonald's CEO to educate himself before he spoke. Does anyone other than Lightfoot and her advisors actually believe that Kebzinski's comments reflected a lack of preparation and/or education? On the contrary, he merely was articulating what anyone, even any remotely paying attention, knows to be true. From there, Lightfoot merely put her spin on what is happening in the city. Sure, there is some good news, and Lightfoot was right to note it, but the issue here was the way she framed the situation. She reacted defensively, further opening up what is clearly a rift between her inner circle and the broader business community. And she has said that she was going to focus on the good news and not Kaczynski's comments. She should, of course, be focusing on both of those things. Criticism is hard to take for anyone, but it's part of the job of being mayor. And when you answer the critic, and when the critic has power, moral authority, and huge economic clout, you listen. You don't call the person uneducated or say that you refuse to listen. That's not leadership. That is sowing of division. Now, there's a couple ways I could take that. The first one is, who the hell she thinks she talking to? Who the hell does he? So I feel like the black response immediately would be, yeah, tell that white boy, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, right? And you know, I love it when the mayor get in people's faces. But I do feel like the mayor, is there anybody that the mayor likes besides like the rich guys who she gives all the festivals to? Like Riis, it's the president of McDonald's. I mean, it's the chairman of McDonald's. And I'm not saying he's perfect or whatever, but fam, do you realize that McDonald's was in Oak Brook for all of our lives? Like, we have the international world headquarters of McDonald's. To me, you make a relationship with these people, right? Is there anybody that the mayor gets along with? Anybody? Anybody? Is there anybody she will not disrespect? Anybody? Well, yeah. Anyway, I thought that was important to read. Chicago Tribune, and I know we don't care about the Tribune and blah, 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 blah. But I'm just telling you, the mayor's disrespectful to everybody she comes into contact with until she figures like she needs them. And then after she gets what she wants, then she dumps them. Look at Anthony Bill. Look at Willie Wilson. Anyway, Maze Jackson show. All right, Riis. We got a few minutes left in this hour. I also want to open up the phone lines if you are interested in coming to kick it with us at Obsidian and you would like to win a pair of tickets to the Margarita. What is it? Bloody Marys, Marias, and Margaritas. Give us a call at 872-259-7474. Riis, I'm ready to open up the phone lines, but also it's time. Why don't you hit the button?
It's time for the social media question of the day.
Who are the black heroes of Chicago? That's it. That's the question. Oh, my bad. That survived. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. 872-259-7474. I want to know, who are the black heroes of Chicago that survived? This has like been a very stark revelations for me over the last, like, watching these videos and watching these movies and looking at our history. I have come to recognize that the difference between a hero and a villain is who survives to tell the story. And I was thinking about all of the pro-black people that I know. And I don't know who are the black heroes that survived. Now, what is become painfully obvious to me is that there are very few black winners in the public arena. Let me back you up. I think you can quietly be pro-black and be successful. But I don't know that you can vociferously advocate for black people and win. And when I say winning, and somebody said yesterday, do you equate winning to going to the country club? No, but I do equate winning with not struggling to make the ends meet. I do equate winning with being able to participate in the American dream, right? And I think that because it has been put so far away for so many of us, we look at that as a bad thing. I consider winning not having to work 7 days a week so that my family can live a life. And I was just curious, like, who's been for black people that actually won? And then I think a lot of times, even if you look at the people who survive, their survival was based on the rationale of compromising black folks to get to the top and then making themselves Rhodes Scholars to clean up the misdeeds. And so I want to know, who are the black heroes? Like, and I'm not talking about the 20, 25, 40. Who are the ones like that it paid off to fight for black people? And I don't mean like, and could be a vociferous advocate, unashamedly black, and win. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. 872-259-7474. I don't want to be black dead and people coming to my memorial talking about, oh my God, he helped so many people, but I watched him die on the vine. And people telling me about, and I think about how many of our black heroes that we celebrate, that we run around, that died miserably or not in their full glory, and then it's like we celebrate them and be like, yeah, we need a person like that. Well, you had him. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Reese, who are the black heroes? Caller, you on the Mace Jackson Show. Caller, you there? Uh-oh, I hope I didn't offend you.
Hello?
Caller, hello?
Hello, I was trying to get my tickets, man.
Uh-oh, who is this trying to get some tickets? You want to get some tickets, Reese, right?
Carl Murray.
Oh, my.
Yeah, Carl Murray.
Carl, what's up, man? You know you already family, boy. But you right, you got you a pair of tickets. Carl, we gonna Reese, write Carl's number down and name. I'm gonna text you your tickets after the show, Carl. It's a pass for 2 people. Get your drink. You came through the first week. It's gonna be a good time, man. I'm telling you, it's gonna be good stuff.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's a great time. Always great seeing you and seeing the crew and the love that you have. You're a great host. You're a great host.
I appreciate that, man. I take pride in being a good host because, you know, I believe that I want people, like when you come to Obsidian, we want you to feel like you at your second crib, man. So thank you for coming. Thank you for calling, Carl. We appreciate you, man. I'll text you your tickets tonight. I'll text you this afternoon after we get off the show. Look, y'all, it's the Mace Jackson Show. I'm your host, Mace Jackson. Who are the black heroes? Reese, we got anybody else on the line? Carl, are you there?
Hello, how you doing today?
All right, who there?
My name is Deasia.
Your name is who?
Deasia.
Hey, Deasia, how you doing today?
Good, how are you? I'm listening to your show, and a person who popped in my head is Jesse Jackson, so I want to know what you think about that.
I think Jesse Jackson is a black hero that survived. I will give you that one, right? That's actually a good one, right? So Jesse Jackson, I think some black folks would beat you up over that, but I would say that's a good answer. Jesse Jackson survived. I think Jesse Jackson survived, and he also learned how to navigate the space. I think that's a great answer. Now, Deasia, what you doing? How old are you, Deasia?
23, about to go to work.
23, about to go. Where you work at?
I'm a legal assistant at a law firm.
All right, go ahead. Well, we proud of you. Well, thank you, Deasia, for calling. I appreciate you. And that was a good answer. When you start listening to the Maze Jackson show, and you 23, you kind of young. Who told you about us?
I just like 1670, period. So I listen to whatever's on 1670.
Okay. You got the Lord working in your life. So we be trying. Thank you for calling. What church you go to?
Thank you.
What church you go to?
Zion Grove Baptist Church on 39th and Prairie.
There you go. 30. You supposed to say Prairie. You don't say Prairie. You supposed to say Prairie. 39th and Prairie. All right. So give a shout out to everybody at your church.
All right. Shout out to my pastors, Reverend W. Charles Morrow. Shout out to the cooking ministry, the choir, the ushers, to my grandmother, my mother, and all those people, my dad, everybody.
Hold on. Did you say cooking ministry?
Amen.
Hold on. Amen. Wow. Don't make... Now, let me tell you, what day is the cooking ministry going on? Because we need to come to the morning show want to come on cooking ministry day. What y'all be cooking down there?
Please come and visit us. We got 2 services, one at 11 a.m. We got a broadcast, which we broadcast on 1570 at 4 p.m. on Sundays. So check us out. We cook a little bit of everything.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, but you ain't answer my question. What day is cooking? What Sunday is cooking ministry?
Every Sunday. Just about every Sunday.
Every Sunday? Now, wait. Do you get it after the first service or the second service? Don't be tricking me, because, I'm going to come to the first service trying to eat.
First service.
All right, I'm going to come to the first service. Look, now, when I come, Deasia, we going to come to the church. Don't you be acting funny, and I want a plate.
No, I'm not going to act funny.
Okay. Thank you for calling, Deasia. Look, the Saints. Look at that's the Saints reaching out, and a 23-year-old saying that. That's what I'm talking about. Look, y'all, this is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Man, Joe, I used to love the church dinner. Boy. Reis, I got to tell you, though, in the black church, the cooking dinner, they cook at the church. White folks used to have a potluck. They be like, bring your plate. I be like, you had cats at your house. I'm not eating it.
We were the family that was the cooking family.
At the church, that's why you be coming up. That's why Reese showed up to the tailgate last week with a pan. He came in with a pan of greens. He had a pan of macaroni and cheese.
I had a pan of everything.
I wanted the cooking ministry. We should do a cooking ministry for the show. Like, I would love. Yeah, we should do a cooking ministry too. All right, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. We're gonna take a quick break, and when we come back, black heroes that survived, y'all. That's all. Jesse Jackson. That's all y'all got. That's not very encouraging to stay active in the black space. It's one. Reis.
You just asked them for one. I just gave you one. There's gonna be more callers.
Okay. Yeah, we'll see how many black heroes. I'm gonna keep that question all show. Black heroes. I'm saying that you did not cross your people out and still. It's the Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back after these messages.
The Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back after this break.
Why money ain't free? Why can't you just give it to me? I don't wanna work for nobody. I'd rather keep doing me. Why money ain't free? Why can't you just give it to me? I don't wanna work for nobody. I'd rather keep doing me. Why money ain't free? Wake up in the morning with the frown on my face, 'cause I know it's another day that I gotta face. For people I don't wanna see, working at a job that I don't wanna
to the Mays Jackson Show. You are listening to the most dangerous show. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Mays Jackson. Mays Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For the black people, cause economically we are not equal. Waking up to life, can't toast no more. I told y'all, yeah, this is a dangerous show. Don't go to the church if you ain't trying to help us. Don't even try to be around and can't protect us. We see the lies, not other politicians. We need money and no symbolism. It's Mays, Riis, and Ruthie and Ty, explaining how we all come from God, giving us tools to beat the odds. If we united, who we gon' stop? Do nothing. We gotta do something. We gotta stop running. It's time to confront the problem. Really, you expect you oppressed to solve them.
Wake up, Chicago. Wake up, world. This is the Mays Jackson Show. I'm your host, Mays Jackson. Got my man DJ Riis the rule on the ones and twos. That's right. Who are the black heroes? Give us a call, 872-259-7474. It's a social media question of the day, and I'm going to leave the calls for that open because y'all got Jesse Jackson. This has really been weighing on me. I talked about, and I think my sister was talking to me about it, but I just watching these movies of the elders in our community that were willing to put themselves on the line. It's just tough to watch that, and I don't, like Israel always asks me, why you a community activist? And I think about all of the community activists that have died, and I think about, like, did they die complete? Did they die happy? Did they die? What's their legacy? And then I think about who's left. And when you think about, honestly, I feel like there is, like when we think about these Columbus Day statues, right? And how people that we think of as heroes are heroes because they lived to write the story. But if you would have asked the people who were there, what would they actually say? And so I really just want you to think about, like, what is the benefit to fighting for black people? Like, who has it worked out well for? What is that I'm hearing? So that's what inspired the question, and I think the fact that y'all ain't calling me to tell me, like, I'm just telling you, your heroes, we watch our heroes die, and then, like, they get a parting gift. 872-259-7474. 872-259-7474. Are we? All right, move on. I'm gonna leave the phone lines open. Also, if you want tickets to come kick it with us at Obsidian this weekend, give us a call, 872-259-7474. Carl already won a pair of tickets. All right. Did you all see? Remember, Near South. First of all, let me just start. I knew something was happening when they started talking about the Near South. Right? The Near South. I was like, Riis, first it was the South Loop. Now we got the Near South Side. Right? Which is really the redefining of the city of Chicago. But the front page story, and I got this last night, was the headlines for the Chicago Sun-Times was really about the new school, the new, I'm going to call it the Chinese high school. They call it the Near South High School, but I'm going to call it the high school built for Chinatown. Riis, the Near South High School will devalue. Let me read the headline from the Sun-Times because I think it'll be better. Chicago Sun-Times headlines, worries grow over new Near South school. So first of all, Near South is now in the lexicon. So let's start there. Near South, Riis, Near South just came about this year. Can we agree with that? Like, until it was the South Loop, it was Bronzeville. Near South appears to be the space between, maybe it's what they used to call the gap, the space between downtown and the South Loop is now apparently the Near South. Now, it says that the headline says that worries grow over new Near North South school because the reality is the story suggests that, here, let me just open it up just a little bit more. The story suggests that CPS families, what the heck? CPS, dang, I done got old, y'all. All right, there it goes. CPS families and alumni fear it'll steal students' funding from neighboring schools, and despite district officials' assurances, internal memo shows they're concerned as well. So apparently CPS leaders were briefed by a group that told them that if you open up the Near South school, that it will cannibalize, it will destroy the 3 schools that exist right now. Phillips, Tilden, and Dunbar. Now, let me put this in perspective. 15 years ago, Phillips, Tilden, and Dunbar collectively had 3,700 students. Riis, now they're a little under 1,400. So, 3 schools, that's about 400 schools. Have you ever seen Dunbar?
Oh, yeah.
It's big. 300 students.
And that it's not too far from here, right?
Right.
Yeah. That's
brand new electrician facility right next to it. They built the school right. So you got Dunbar. Think about the mighty men of Dunbar. And now that school has 300 people, 400 people in it. Tilden and Phillips. Now, I need y'all to understand the whole Phillips thing. Because, Phillips has been highly touted as, like because of the football or the return around. And I love Phillips, you know what I'm saying? Love to see them play. Phillips just got a new annex, right? And I don't know if y'all remember, like all the black people, they had the band, the mayor was there, they was clapping, they was crying. And everybody was super proud. And it was a big old press release in the paper. So you get a new annex at Phillips. So you can be happy with this expansion while they then build a whole new school that your kids can't go to. Well, let me back up. I'm not going to say your kids can't go to it. Now, this evolved from the taking of NTA, National Teachers Academy, which was saved. And now we are looking at building the Near South High School. Now, the reality is, Riis, the 4 schools in the area are Tilden, which used to be a black school, which is now 50-50 black and Latino, Dunbar, and Phillips. Kelly High School is also in. Now, Kelly is where all of the Asians choose to go. Right? They choose to go to they choose to go to Kelly because Riis, they have self-segregated their children because it is okay. Well, I think everybody knows that we just refuse to grasp, even as we hold on, is that even as our kids are, as our schools are failing, that people aren't willing to risk their kids in a failing school. So, Riis, if I know that the school, so now what you see is all of the Asian kids that go to public school go to one school. They have self-segregated their own children because they know that the standards for our children in our schools, no matter what IB program or whatever they put there, they're not going to be raised to the same standards. And so you got to understand that first of all, I don't fault the Asian community. I don't fault anybody for, because I think what I'm starting to realize is this ain't the same city, y'all. Like when you think about these schools that we're trying to protect, they were Robert Taylor and they have right? All of that population is gone. And so now as they repopulate, that history that we talk about, they don't have that same history. They don't have that same affection. And so for all of the black history that Dunbar and all the great people that it produced, I'm sorry, fam, it's not there no more. That's not the people. And they don't care about your history. They'll give you a Dunbar statue. But what's amazing to me is that with few people, few elected voices, they are going to get a new high school. It's happening. The vote is tomorrow. Right? Like, and so understand that this, and when you look at how they drew the map, do y'all realize that that the near South school will take in kids from, Wells? Kids from Wells, which is on Division, will be able to go to this school. So it's like I almost feel like it's a parallel of the addition of the new wards of the 34th ward that is now a new area, right? Because white folks are now coming into the area surrounding the city center. So they need a school.
How's Wells anywhere south?
Hey, bro. Yep. So Wells, Phillips, the kids will be able to come from Wells, Phillips, Kelly, Tilden, and Dunbar, while still keeping those 4 schools open. Riis, the Asians are not fools. If you read the report and they say 1 in 4 black kids goes to an underperforming school, if 25% of your schools are failing, I'm not sending my kid to that school. It ain't got to be like it can be racial, it can be whatever it is. But what I'm not doing is gambling my child's future on your pioneer status of your bleeding heart. Y'all talking about Dunbar from back in the day. Now, I'm not dumping on it, but what I'm saying is, guys, and let me tell you what this is going to evolve into. This is going to evolve into Northside College Prep, right? It is going to be the elite high school of the South Side, right? That kids will be fighting to get into. It will be our own version of the education system is improving. It's just not improving for us. Does that make sense? So I'm not debating the need to create a new high school, but I'm going to tell you, I want to understand that all 1,200 of those kids that are going to be left in that area, what happens to them? Because then, Riis, what you're going to say is what? We're going to combine those schools, and then we have another wave of Dunbar, Phillips, Tilden. Like, now you got another clash that then thins itself out. And what we're watching, and again, I'm not debating the school, but I am suggesting that this is the actual do you send your child to an underperforming school? We do. We will. And make it up in our minds. And then wonder why we got what we got. They like, no, we just not doing it. And before we send our kids, and Kelly is way further away than all of these schools. You don't see no Asians saying, let's go to Dunbar and make it better. Let's send the influx of our kids into this meat grinder, and if all of us participate, they'll be better. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Also, if you want a pair of tickets to come kick it with us at Obsidian this weekend, give us a call. 872-259-7474. Riis, do we need a new near South High School? Caller, you on the Maze Jackson Show. I would put my kid in it. I bet you black parents will be fighting to get their kids in there. Because the ones that can.
Good morning. Good morning. Let me get my ticket. Can I just get one ticket? Can I get one ticket? I got 35 cents. Can I get a bit of seating? I'm going to be outside with all the Bear fans, and we going to have
get ready. You ain't going to even make it to your comment. You ain't going to make it to your comment.
White Castles and E&J. And we're going to have great Kool-Aid, and we're going to have, all the pretty women that like to come out, and, we're going to be outside of CDN because, they won't let the real Bear fans in. But, hey, bro, what's up, family? Hey, man, give them people what they want, black people. We got to push CPS to get rid of this selective enrollment, make all the schools equal. You got Brooks, you got Kenwood, you got the new STEM school that they put in Inglewood. Hey, man, get on these LSCs. Make sure that the academic standards is something that you as a parent are comfortable with. Because the reality is this, bro. You send your kids to these highfalutin schools, and then your kids gonna come home talking about they want to harm themselves because they getting bullied every day. So, as a parent, it's not your child ain't no guinea pig. So you have to be an active participant in supporting the teachers and supporting the administrators and being present so you know what's going on at that school. It's not a daycare, So you have to talk with your kid about, what their academic goals are and what your standards are for them academically and in their life so that they have some type of compass that they can aspire to. But let them people get their school. It's over with. But we need to say, hey, and then what's up with where the black teachers at? When Rosita called in, that's where your good black teachers are. Remember a few weeks ago, it was that meme going around with the data and the kids in the black schools couldn't read, right? So if there's only 25 kids in the school, what's the excuse why they can't read? They should just be reading all day. They can order pizza, they can order house, and all you're going to be doing is reading. So something is going on in these schools that we really just don't know about. Because if there's only 25 of us, every teacher can get one student. So, I mean, hey, I ain't mad at them, and city council gonna vote for it.
It's not city council; it's the Board of Education.
Being upset.
Just think about this, though. I did get
Board of Education.
But just think about this crazy thing. Remember, this is the one where the mayor kicked the guy off the board so that they could vote for the school. But the funny thing about this that I was thinking is, just think the Asian community just got their first alderman. The Chinese community just got their first alderman like 2 months ago, and they already got a school.
Mm-hmm.
And this is this is so Riis, this and Devin, I don't know if y'all like that. This school will have her elected for the next 20 years. Right? Because she can drive by and point to it and be like, in my first year after we got rid of the 11th Ward Alderman, I was able to go in and advocate for a school. And every high school kid that graduates, right? Think about this. If you're a freshman, by the time you graduate your 4th year, you will be right in her bailiwick. Right? So I'm just telling you, man. I was like, I'm not mad at the
people. No,
I'm not mad at them for getting to school. I'm not mad at the support of nobody. But again, what you want? What you want for your kids? They said they will not accept. So here's my thing. They would not accept Phillips or Dunbar for their children. I thought the last week when I saw, or 2 weeks ago when I saw the Phillips annex, and I saw all the pictures and I saw the marching band, right? I thought how dope that was. Like, I was like, look at your mayor. Only to find out that was really the underlay for the overplay, right? So again, I'm gonna have you be excited about Phillips even while I'm undermining their long-term growth. It's why this stuff drives me nuts, man. It drives me nuts. That's why I'm y'all not gonna have me dying with raggedy teeth and I'm not gonna help. Yeah.
Don't let it drive you nuts, man. Scalability. How can we make our community more scalable and more resilient? Those are the questions. Let's build towards the future, and then we can come together and have, barbecues and cookouts and reminisce about the past. But we got to protect these babies, bro. And the first thing you do is get this education stuff right. Don't be trying to force y'all kids into these new falutin schools and then sacrificing your kids' psychological ability and spirituality just because you want them to go to this fancy school. The whole time, them people are undermining their ability and their spirit. And that's what's going to happen. So that's what we need to be focused on. What's your education, not you, but the audience, what's your education plan for your child? The school can't give you that. You have to do that. That comes from your values as a parent. Don't put that on them schools. You put that in your child.
So I got to push back just a little bit. So here's my thought. My thought here is that who is going to sacrifice, 25% inability to read, right? Like, who puts their who is expected to sacrifice their child in the meat grinder in the hopes of black liberation, right? So do I send my kid to, no, but hear me out. Do I send my kid to the highfalutin? So I wouldn't even argue with the highfalutin school. I'm gonna say that there is part of navigating school that is supposed to teach you life. I'm not worried about, if I got to give my child the underpinnings to survive through bullying, through white people, through whatever. And I'm not for coddling them through that. I am for providing them the reinforcement to deal with it, because that's the world that you're going to have to deal with when you get out here. Ain't no white flight that I love all the pat you on the back and we gonna give you the encouragement, but that's my job at home. At school, is work. You gotta go compete. But do I then in that mentality space, do I sacrifice their ability to do basic arithmetic, to be able to read at a high school level on grade point? We did a whole series, Devin, where we saw all of these schools where there's 20 kids in the school, there's a reading level. Yeah. Nobody reads at the right level. Do I put my kid in there in this fight, to save the school? In the meantime, so now everybody else done put their kids somewhere else. I'm trying to play catch up with my child as an adult because he didn't get the basic skills that he was supposed to get. I just think that I think we gotta look at the fact that this is not the same city. It's not. There isn't a Robert Taylor to populate DuSable right? Or to populate Dunbar. And so when these big schools going to happen, are we going to guarantee spaces and then go into those schools and say, okay,
No.
you're going to protect them? Go.
They're not going to guarantee you a space. And that's what I'm saying. They'll raise the standards so that your child can't get in. It literally starts way earlier than the high school, bro.
Oh, I agree.
It's got to be at the elementary school level. By the time your child get to high school, you already kind of know what path they on. All I'm saying is make the schools equal. That's all. That's my thing. It shouldn't be no selective enrollment. And if your school is failing, then go to another school because all the schools are equal.
I'm with you.
But
on
it
that.
shouldn't be. Well, this school across the street is great, and then when I look across the street, then this school is failing. That's the problem. We talk about inclusion and diversity and equity. That's neither one of those. And if certain populations, when they get their quote unquote own, that tell you how segregated it's gonna be. That tell you. So we talk about we're not old like old Chicago, but from my understanding, Chicago has always been segregated.
You're right.
So, and sometimes we new, and sometimes we old. Well, then you know what? Black people, make the adjustment and go forward and be about your own business and advocate for your own stuff because everybody else do it. But when you send your kids over to their people, you sending your kids off, especially if they young. And then if they survive that, when they get older, then they really be jacked up. Then we got to repair them to do what we need them to do for their own people.
Real talk. I'll give you that. I will give you
Hey,
that.
man, I'll be there on Sunday. Hey, my boy's coming into town, bro.
Who is that?
Man, the homie is coming. DJ, he coming back in town. You know I got to bring him through.
Oh, you gotta
and he
bring him
got to
through.
see a new spot.
Oh, yeah, he got to come on check it out. Tell my man DJ. Tell him I got 2 boxes for him, too. All right, y'all.
Hey, and last thing, shout out to
Get
the
ready.
interior designer, bro.
Oh, okay.
She's dope.
Oh,
She's dope.
she definitely is. And she got some new stuff coming, too. All right, y'all. It's the Maze Jackson Show. We got anybody else on the line, Reese? Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Do we tear those other schools down and then say, okay, we need a new school, too? Or are we going to take the annex? Caller, it's the Maze Jackson Show. Caller, you there?
Yeah, hello.
Hello.
Yeah, how you doing, man?
All right, what's up, caller? What's your name?
It's brother Joel Passmore.
Oh, what's up, Joe Passmore? Turn it down in the background, man. You got to turn it down soon.
Yeah, I'm actually low key. I'm actually at a school. I work at a school.
Oh, okay,
But
okay.
it's a little,
Okay, I'll let you talk.
They reading the announcements, but it's about to be over. But look, I'm gonna tell you this, man. See, you gotta be careful, man, that you don't use the language of the oppressor, because since you like to go back to the archives, if you went back to the archives to like 1987, I think during the Harold Washington Day, the Secretary of Education, he branded Chicago as the worst school system in the nation. Okay? Now, when he did that, basically, whenever black people get in charge, white people want to say that something is failing or is bad or terrible. There wasn't no worse than when Daley took over. So that's the language of the oppressor. You know what I'm saying? But to answer your question, okay, I worked at Dunbar for 12 years. Now, I'm going to tell you the real reason why Dunbar only got 300 kids is because they wanted to close that school down, and they had like this they had this order where you can't close no more schools after they close to 100. So what they've been doing is every year they've been firing teachers and lowering the enrollment and cutting the budget of the school. And then like all these big black schools, CPS is setting them up for failure. And then what they've been doing too is they've been putting charter schools around all of these schools, all these big black schools that only got 200 and 300 kids. CPS put like 2-3 charter schools around all those kids to suck up the average kid. So all you left with is the lowest of the low. You don't even have average kids at these schools. All you left with is kids that's like got a severely low reading score, and they couldn't even get into a charter school. So it's kind of like unfair to say that y'all only got 100 kids. They should at least be up to the reading score. But the other point made is that what y'all don't realize too is that CPS, they cut all of the building trades from Dunbar High School, and they cut all the building trades, the major building trades, from CVS High School. So CVS only got like about 500 maybe. Dunbar got like 300. Why? Because they cut out the building trade, and then they thought that they put that, it was a slap in the face. They put that electrical school over there next to Dunbar. They closed down the CPS school, and the electrical union bought out the building and then tore it down, and then they built a nice shiny electrical union. But they ain't letting they're not doing nothing. They don't got no programs with Dunbar to help those kids get in the electrical union, which is right next door. So it's like, that's the real reason. And let me get back on these Chinese people, these Asian people. The reason why they don't want to come to school, to the black school, it's not because the black schools is failing. It's because quiet as it's kept. If you use the same metrics that you claim that the school is failing, Kelly High School is failing because about 50%, over 80% of the kids is Hispanic and Mexican, and they can't read that. They read in less than a level of black, and they going to college less per capita than the average black. So that school is really failing. But the Asians, they don't want to go to school around black. They don't want to live around black. You got two schools, man. You got two very good black schools. You got Kenwood and you got Lynn Bloom. Everybody know about Kenwood, Lynn Bloom, and you got Morgan Park, but that's a little bit further south. Now, guess how many Asians, you can count the Asians on one hand that go to Kenwood, and you can count the Asians on one hand, if you missing two fingers, that go to Lynn Bloom. Now look, both of those schools, they not failing. They some of the top schools. Why they ain't going there? Because they'll go around white people, but they don't want to go around black people. Asians don't. Now the only people that'll go to school with black people is, well, y'all like to talk about them, is the Hispanics, the Mexicans, and Puerto Rico. They'll go to school with black people. They'll trust their kids with black teachers. But Asians and white people, they don't trust their kids to be taught with too many white black teachers, unless they like a superstar teacher with like a PhD, won all type of awards or something. Then they'll take a chance. But the average intelligent black teacher, now they don't want no parts of that. Now, maybe one more thing.
Go
I'm
ahead.
talking a lot.
No, you go ahead. That's a great call.
I want to get to your question earlier, which really sparked me to call in the first place. But see, I'm a teacher, so I had to get on that teacher piece. But look here. Now, May.
Yes.
You were talking about some people. Come on, man. Look, you forgot about the Honorable Louis Farrakhan, man. Now,
I didn't forget. I'm waiting for y'all to say something.
Okay.
Why I got to do it? You say it.
All right, look here. Who gave more to the black community than Louis Farrakhan? I mean, he done got up in age. He done there 88. he still be trying to do what he can. Now, some people might say that, you know, he could have did more, this, that, and that. But I got to take my hat off to Louis Farrakhan because he always spoke up for black people as far as what I'm concerned. And another person made, now, this might be a little controversial. But on the religious side, okay, my hat go off to the Reverend, the Dr. Jeremiah Wright. All right? He was, like, what's that word you be saying? I can't pronounce it, even though I'm a teacher. Vociferous, I know I can't spell it. He always...
You on the road, Joe.
He always stood up for black. Am I right though?
Oh now, yeah, you're right.
You know anything about
but
Jeremiah Wright?
But look. That's my point though. Look at Jeremiah Wright and look what they did to him, right? Like,
oh yeah,
my thing is, don't get no, I'm saying who are the black heroes that they didn't, you know, that they didn't break. I'm not gonna say you got broke, but I am gonna say like, who are the black heroes that won? Like won.
But look here though, man, you gotta look at it two ways. Cause Jeremiah Wright, he living in darn near, I don't want to put his business out there like that, but he living in a very expensive, comfortable home out in Tinley Park somewhere. And you see how he passed the baton real smooth to what you call
it? Oh, the small third.
So the ministry, they still doing good stuff over there in on 95th Street. Okay. They about to get a grocery store and everything.
Look at you. Joe, Joe, you have to call. I see you in the comments all the time. I enjoyed this call. This was a good one, man. You on Tyrone Muhammad. You on Tyrone. Go ahead.
I used to call, man. My twin brother used to call you a lot, you know, when you was on WBON, but I feel a little funny, you know, man, calling, that was Deepening Joe. You remember him?
Yeah, oh, yeah. He kicked us to the curb. He said he ain't come with us. That's right. You